Hey guys, it's MegaDoopTV here, the old ranter. It's time for another rant. Now, as you guys can see, yes, I am recording this in my closet because this is the best place I can get without any noise because I have baby siblings running around throughout the house that make a lot of noise, which is completely fine, but can't really control that. This is the only way where I can keep as much noise as blocked out as possible. But today's gonna be a rant. And for those of you wondering why I'm moving around this, because I'm, standing. I'm more used to doing these rants sitting down, but whatever. Today's gonna be a rant on a certain YouTube channel that, quite frankly, is awful, is terrible, and I think needs a good tearing into. And that is game theory, or the game theorists. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Game Theorist, or Game Theory for short, is basically a YouTube channel run by a dude by the name of MatPat, in which he makes, game theory, theories on video gaming. Now, while the idea is in itself is not a bad idea, the problem I have with game theory is that the theories they make are absolute nonsense, right? And this is an old channel. This is a guy who's been doing this for years now, and there are many people who say that, oh, I've used to be subscribed to game theory, but now his theories are absolute shit. To be honest with you, though, and this is what my personal opinion is, well, yes, I do believe that his older theories were a hell of a lot better than his modern theories. His older ones weren't that much better either, if you really think about it. I mean, granted, some of his older theories were decent, they were fine, but he also had a lot of really bad old theories. A good example of this is the Mega Man theory that he did with the one where the Mega Man's true villain theory, in which he tried to argue that Dr. Wily is not the villain of Mega Man. Despite the fact that the villain of Mega Man is Dr. Wily, you're basically arguing against basic fact, trying to deny that. And another old theory that was not good at all, is the theory about the whole Pokemon abuse thing. So, while, yes, I do believe that Game Theory was a decent channel back then, it wasn't a perfect channel, and at the very best, it was a pretty average, mediocre type channel. But now Game Theory has transitioned from average and mediocre to just downright terrible when it comes to the theories being presented. Alright? Probably the most recent example, well, not the most recent, but probably the best example of this that has been pretty much debunked by everybody, which I'm not going to go over it as much, is the Sans' Nest theory, where MatPat, I'm not even lying, tried to argue that Sans is Nest from Earthbound because the games were similar. That's literally what his theory was, and that's probably the main issue I had with this theory, is that he loves Earthbound, he even admits this himself, he loves Earthbound, he loves Undertale, he loves how the games are extremely similar, so he tries to find any possible connection between the two, while completely just throwing any sort of logic and just common sense out the goddamn window, which is the main reason why I hate this theory, and others hate this theory as well. And, another issue I have with game theory is that MatPat is not funny. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. Humor is subjective. Whatever. Humor is subjective. Okay? Whatever. I find the jokes to be stupid. I don't find them funny. I find them more annoying and cringeworthy, if anything. And honestly, I do not like Matt's demeanor when it comes to how he delivers some of these goddamn jokes as well. Sorry, I don't find game theory funny. Oh well. And before I continue, let me just make a quick disclaimer. If you find game theory funny, if you like game theory, actually, whatever, not just find it funny, if you just like game theory, that's perfectly fine. No, it's your opinion. But my opinion is I don't like game theory, I don't think he's funny, and I will talk about why I don't think he's funny and why I don't like him, and just in general, why I just do not like this awful channel. Right? And, I can excuse all of this. I can excuse him making these awful garbage theories with basically no common sense in them. I can forgive that. I can forgive the fact that he's not funny. I can forgive all of that. If he wasn't such a freaking bitch when it comes to taking criticism. If MatPat can actually take any criticism, right? Because you have this video right here, which is the WD Gasser theory, and in the beginning of the video, he basically whines about people criticizing his videos. That's literally what he whines about, is people criticizing his Sans' Nest video. And look, let me just make this clear right now that if he was talking about harassment and death threats and actual bad stuff, then I agree with him 100%. No one on the internet should be doing that type of stuff. But he never made a distinction between that and actual criticism. Now, I would refute this video, but I think others have, like the Sans' Nest video, others have already refuted that part of the video many times, so I'm not even going to go over it. But long story short, MatPat cannot take any criticism. He just cannot. If, he literally is whining about his Sans' Nest video, about how it got so much harassment. When you actually look at the like and dislike bar, the video has just a slight amount of dislikes. A little tiny minuscule amount of dislikes. Is that seriously something to complain about? Oh no, my video was not a perfect blue like bar. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Especially when we make this garbage, absolutely nonsensical theory about Sans from Undertale somehow being Ness from Earthbound. Give me a goddamn break. So, long story short, I don't like MatPat. I think his theories are terrible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if you like him, if you think he's a good YouTuber, that's fine. That's your opinion. I have nothing against you. But understand that I don't like him. Oh, and by the way, this is just a little side note to some of his fans out there, right? The excuse of, it's just a theory, is not a valid excuse. I'm sorry, but theories are literally out there, and they're literally made to be criticized. You cannot try to deflect criticism by stating, oh, it's just a theory, don't get mad, bro. I'm sorry, if MatPat is gonna make a show... Oh, I spit a little bit there. Whoops. If MatPat is gonna make a show about him literally making these asinine video game theories, then I believe me and other people, just in general, have every right to criticize them. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. This is MegaDoopTV, or the Ultra Ranter here, signing off, because I'm different from everybody else, and I am the ultimate ranter. Have a nice day, everybody.